Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and this is Just Plain Living.
Good morning. Peggy Burton here.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
How are you guys?
Long, tough, arduous week last week.
Weekend.
Big weekend, South Jackson Civic Center. We had T.S. Monk on Saturday night, which was phenomenal.
Not to forget Helen Sung, the keyboardist.
Fuller, they brought this Steinway $135,000 piano in there.
Oh my goodness!
Put it on the stage, which they do. That happens every year when jazz is done.
Do that because it goes with Jazz on Jackson, and the piano players that come in are always just sensational. And we have it tuned.
Right.
Mark Newman comes in and tunes for us, and the first thing Helen did was she sat down at the piano and went all the way up every note. And you could hear her ear. You could see that she was feeling every vibration. And I said, "Are you okay with the piano?" And she says, "I love it." So that made me feel good because one of our deals is we're supposed to keep the piano player in the wings in case she's not happy. So Mark Newman is a good tuner.
Oh yeah, very good. But let me tell you what, Jim. I've not heard everything that's been done at South Jackson throughout the years. But of all the things I've heard, I've never heard a better piano player in that building than that woman.
Yeah.
Absolutely
awesome.
Phenomenal.
And she's part of the Monk Institute, that she was trained with T.S. Monk Institute. So it shows.
Yeah.
So they don't travel with that piano, do they? Or
oh no, Lord no, we have to pay for it.
I mean, okay.
I would like to let the audience out there know how much all this costs. It costs a fortune to bring in a group like T.S. Monk, rent a piano, get it tuned, then we pay for sound, and
you pay for hotel rooms.
Phenomenal job, by the way, with the sound.
Right.
I'm so proud of Danny and the sound. And yes,
Danny is a genius at that. He's been doing it for years.
And I'm really proud of him, what he offers to this community.
Oh,
but
heavens, yes.
Anyway, anybody that thinks that it's a simple thing when you bring in that kind of performer, it's not.
That's close to $7,000.
And probably more by the time we get through. My son-in-law did the driving, and thanks to Russell Barnett.
Russell Barnett.
For letting us have a van. And when Dan got home from taking them to the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, Monk called and he had left something in the van. Dan turned around, drove all the way back to the airport and barely made it before the plane took off. But, there's a lot of pieces involved.
Sure.
Marcia Cowan and her crew putting on the reception. And, oh my gosh, Michael Bush. What an artist.
Paintings were there.
They were beautiful. Have you ever seen his work?
No.
He's been on the show.
Yes, I think I have.
He brought all his musician pictures.
Right.
Loved it. Anyway, I thought it was a great success. I'm sorry that everybody in this region didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
Along with Sunday show with Cindy and Jacob.
Yeah, they had a
totally different, and it was great.
Locally grown.
Yeah.
They had a great show, had a great turnout, and it was delightful. Bob Couch was there.
I love that. Hey, Bob, if you're out there watching
Hey, Philip, can you bring that Bob up? Okay, well, we've got a minute.
I just thought it was so great that he was there. And Dot.
Yeah.
Were there,
and
yeah.
of course, all that we
that
had.
was on Sunday, and I know they loved seeing Jacob on stage.
Cousins and aunts and uncles and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I just got to tell you, Rooster and the Red Maiden has a road show ready.
They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're too cute.
It was good. It was a good time. Hey, let's see, here's Daddy Bob right here. We want to thank Charles Harvey very, very, very much and Life Care Facility for allowing this to happen. And you'll see right here, here's Mr. Tullahoma on his way to South Jackson Civic Center. Here bus, and Bob Couch is getting ready to get off this bus to go see his grandson, Jacob Gray. Well, we'll give that another try here in just a minute.
Anyway, that's real special.
Yeah.
Honestly, it brought a tear to my eye, I gotta tell you.
Bob hadn't been out in a while.
Bob's been about 6 months since Bob's been out. So I went over to the Life Care, and they had him in a white shirt, and I tied his tie, and we got his jacket on and his breeches, and he called for a suit.
And he looked awesome.
And
yeah, I was so proud of him.
he was covered up in his Tullahoma blanket and has a specific type of a chair that they can put people like that in where they're comfortable, and put it on that big old van and brought him over there.
Enjoyed it. I know he did.
Oh, he had a good time. He asked me when I was over there putting his tie on him, he said, "Now, where am I going?" And I said, "Well, you're going to South Jackson." I said, "To see the rooster." And of course, Bob's nickname through the years has been Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's the rabbit and the rooster. So, but it was a great time, and
if you're not
I
from
had no one and
Tullahoma,
all.
the rooster is his grandson.
It's
his son,
my son,
and Bob's grandson.
and Bob's grandson. That's right. And while that was going on, the wonderful Mr. Peyton Manning created the next step in his legacy to being probably the greatest football player that's ever played.
He was masterful on Sunday, wasn't he? And, I think we talked last week about how, some sports people will criticize him. Somebody said he threw like a girl.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if he throws like a girl,
that's
so
what y'all are.
Everybody ought to be throwing like a girl.
Like a
but,
girl.
of course, I guess they have to have something to talk about and try to create controversy. But
Sure.
for goodness sakes.
They all get paid a bunch of money for being up. Not like us.
Right.
They actually get paid.
And I think he's a wholesome young man. I think his values are good.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that the
He
image
is.
he
He
portrays
is.
He's
is good.
He's a smart young man as
my
well,
gosh,
because a lot of people have a lot of talent, but they don't know how to handle the publicity part of it.
Yeah.
And that
He's
makes you a lot of money. John was saying last week that he mentioned something the previous week when he won about what he really was hoping to have as soon as possible was a Bud Light. Turns out he owns a distributor down in Memphis.
Which is very smart.
He's
Yeah.
part owner of the Memphis franchise.
Yeah. So
one thing that I saw this week, well, it's all gone so fast. It's not this week. It was yesterday. Was a thing on Facebook about Peyton's faith.
I read
And
that.
he's this guy is a guy that you see him on the football field, you see him in commercials. His private life has been very well wrapped up.
yeah.
And his wife, his children, you don't ever see pictures of them. I think they've done an excellent job in allowing Peyton to have a real life of his own outside of his fame.
I liked his priorities that he got from his father, Archie, if I'm
Right,
not mistaken.
right.
Family, faith, something, and football. What was the
Faith
third?
is first. Faith, family, friends,
and football.
football.
Yeah.
And he said no matter what, and no matter what it's brought to him in his life, football it can never be
It's number
higher
one.
than 4.
Right.
And I thought that was awesome.
And
He's got
and
his priorities
it was
straight.
quite a long statement, and it's worth reading if you want to read because it's probably one of the most introspective things that you will have read to date about Peyton Manning in his own words.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good lesson in living.
Yeah, it is. It is. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at Bob Couch, the rabbit going to see the rooster at South Jackson Civic Center.
Sunday afternoon.
Here's Charles Harvey right here with the Life Care bus, and Bob Couch is getting ready to get off this bus to go see his grandsons, Jacob Gray, who is Rooster of Rooster and the Red Maiden, doing their show locally grown at South Jackson Civic Center. There he is right there, Mr. Tullahoma, Mr. Bob Couch and Sister Cersei, Mama Dot, getting ready to go inside South Jackson Civic Center for the presentation of Locally Grown, which is a show being produced by Bob's grandson Jacob Gray and his fiancee Cindy Jolly. That's Rooster and the Red Maiden. Here comes Daddy Bob being ushered in by Charles Harvey. God bless him. Here they go. There you go, Daddy Bob. Look at that beautiful face right there.
Can't wait to see the show.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, John.
Hi, Miss Kitty.
How are you?
Fine, honey. Look at there. Look at that. Isn't that something? That's Bob Couch right there at the school where he went to school, South Jackson Civic
Let me
Center.
help you.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
awesome.
Absolutely.
He was glad to be there and stayed awake and alert through the whole show and had a good time.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing. Very, very, very good thing. Thank you.
Thank you for seeing that too.
So, what else is going on? Yesterday was Martin Luther King's
Yes.
celebration day. I went down to CD Stamps yesterday and got some video of their service down there, and we're going to bring some of that today.
Oh, good.
And it was very good because we hope as we teach and give to our young people as parents, as adults dealing with young people who are friends of our children,
Right.
you know, you hope to see them progress and grow and turn into responsible adults. And there were two people there, Monica Blake, who was a Tullahoma High School star athlete and went on to play college basketball. She got her, and as she will say, she got her degree and then a master's in education, and she's worked for the Nashville City Police, Davidson County Police for the last
Really?
10 years, and she's a SRO officer in a school.
Yeah.
And then the main speaker that she introduced was Jermaine Dunlap,
All right.
who also was a Tullahoma young athlete who went to Tennessee State and played football and graduated. And
He was a wide receiver. Is that?
running back.
Running back.
Running back. And then has gotten his degree and worked in the entertainment industry, and he manages a Grammy award-winning Christian rapper
Awesome.
named Little Cheek or Little. So I don't know. He's won a Grammy.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
great.
familiar with that, but Jermaine did an incredibly wonderful job in his reflection on Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech.
And which
Very
reminds
well
me
done.
that on March 6th, we're bringing in a theater production as an educational outreach program, I Have a Dream, March 6th at South Jackson Civic Center.
Wonderful,
So I
wonderful.
hope people will show up for that.
So we have about 30 more minutes, 30 more seconds to kill here, and while we're doing that, we want you to realize that look out, don't be caught on your couch. There's too much to do around here for you not to be out there enjoying some of the wonderful things that take place in our community and the surrounding areas. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break to tell you about some more of it.
With over 30 years' experience servicing the Tullahoma area, Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler has become a household name in Middle Tennessee. As a family-owned business, Mike and his wife Lisa, along with their sons Jamie, Justin, and Jody, have assembled a crew that delivers quality service to go with quality products. As the only authorized Michelin and Goodyear dealer in Tullahoma, they have become the tire store of choice, being named the Tire and Brake Store of the Year multiple times. They also rent Penske trucks and are an interstate battery dealer. So if you need tires, brakes, mufflers, a battery, or maybe rent a truck, go to the place you can trust. Call Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler at 931-455-5150, located at 732 North Jackson in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Breeze Inn Market has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, we celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Day yesterday, and I went down to CD Stamps to the celebration down there at 11 o'clock and brought you a little bit of several things that took place down there, and we are very proud of the group down there for what they do in promoting good things here in Tullahoma. So let's go to that video right now. Hi, we're at CD Stamp Center in Tullahoma right now, and it's Martin Luther King Day, and we're getting ready to go in, and there'll be a dedication given. Monica Blake.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Foremost, I want to give thanks to the We Care Committee for hosting this program and for making sure that so many community-oriented things take place in the city. Can we please give them a round of applause? As you know, we're gathered here today to celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. My name is Monica Blake. I'm the proud daughter of Joyce and Thomas Blake, and I'm also a proud mother of 3 beautiful children, Anaya, Patrick, and Preston Blake. I graduated here from Tullahoma, Tennessee, from Tullahoma High School. I left Tullahoma High School and went to play basketball at Lipscomb University, where I studied in political science and English, and then went on to get my master's in education. Also, I worked with Metro National Police Department now for 10 years, and I now am a school resource officer at Weston Middlebury, Nashville, Tennessee. So I do thank you all for having me back here, back home. There's no place like home. I can put my those big jobs together and say that every day. There's never no place like home. So thank you so much for welcoming me back here to host this program today. At this time, we'd like to have a welcome by Brother Paul Cooley.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the We Care Committee, citizens of Tullahoma, you got some visitors I know here, but we like to say to you, welcome to this recognition and celebration of Dr. Martin Luther Thank you. I appreciate everybody that came out today. It's time to stop making excuses. Stop looking at what you don't have and be thinking what you do have. Stop depending on someone else to live out your dream. And like the man at the pool, get up from your bed. Your bed of laziness. Your bed of being content. Your bed of depression. Your bed of having people feel sorry for you. It's time to get up. Let's run a family. Let's have a get up and go party. And leave the bad excuses behind. I would hate for one of us to die and never do the thing that we were born to do. And growing up, see, like growing up, as we were growing up, they used to tell me that they when outsiders, like my cousin Eric would come to town, we would say, well, where are the big houses? Where are the rich people live? Where's the money at? And me growing up, it was King's Ridge. That's where everybody wanted to see. King's Ridge. My family, every time I made a right by this, there was the Bassett's house right there. About 10,000 square feet. It was a big house. That's where all the rich people were growing up. That's where all I thought. But as I got to living and thinking, I realized that's not where the rich people live. Where the richest place in Tullahoma, Tennessee is in the graveyard, because there's so many people that died with their dreams. There's so many people that died with their purpose. There's so many people who died with inventions. There's so many people who died with businesses that they wanted to start. There were so many people who died with so much stuff. That was the richest place in Tullahoma, is in the graveyard, because people were so scared to live their dream. People were like the man in the pool. They made every excuse. Well, I don't have the money to do this. I don't have a babysitter to watch them. I can't go back to school to do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. When is it time to burn our beds and stop making excuses and live the dream that God has planted inside you? See, there was one thing that Dr. King said to his people in his last speech. He said, we're going to have some hard times ahead of us. So let me just tell you this. If you're really serious about the dream that you have, there is going to be some difficult times. There's going to be some hard times. My grandmother always tells me, my brother Lamar tells my son, anything worth having is worth working for. And I remember that no matter where I go. So I'm here to tell somebody, never give up on you. No matter what. Never give up on your dream. Never give up on that seed that's planted inside you. And young kids, please hear me out here. Just like the spirit of your grandmother, your great-grandmothers had. If you can't get there by flying, run. If you can't get there by running, walk. If you can't get there by walking, crawl. But whatever you do, get there. Never stop. Never let the dream that you have planted inside you die in the grave with you. And whatever you do, you may lose everything you have. Everything may be taken from you. They may call you everything in the book. Like I've told people, in my life, I've been called everything sometimes but a child of God. But no matter what, I will never give up hope.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
To rid yourself of body pain, stiffness, and stress while increasing circulation, visit the Balance Spa in Shelbyville at 731 North Main Street. Or have them visit you at your office for a chair massage. Simon Cow and Maria Keys Gammon give a professional full-body foot or chair massage that makes you feel like new. Call owner Linda Hackle Brown at 931-639-4885 to set your appointment today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the air now Winston Brooks, who is our community coordinator, public information officer. He's going to ask me some dumb question here because I didn't get prepared for this. I know. What is it, Winston?
Welcome back. It's good to be here this morning.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking about that polar vortex, that low pressure coming in. What do you think?
You know, it's ironic because if you didn't see the show, I asked him about that, thinking that I'd trick him, and he wouldn't know, but he actually knew the answer to it, and I was pretty impressed. And I actually asked the question wrong. It turns out I made the mistake. But we must. I don't know if that's what's causing this cold front moving in this week or not. But we're facing some really cold weather again.
It's the exact same setup as last time, although it's not going to be as cold. So Chief Chasteen keeps us well informed of what's going on weather-wise.
He does. He does.
He's good like that.
Right. And that's one of the requirements of being the fire chief. Not so much with the police chief, but if you're the fire chief, you've got to be able to comment on anything, whether you know anything about it or not. And the Chief Chasteen is exceptionally good at that.
Passionate about his meteorology.
Yeah,
that's great.
It is.
That's great.
He's also a great Elvis impersonator, which I keep teasing you with that one, and we'll show you that one.
Me or Chief?
The chief is. I'm not sure about
my
you,
secrets
Winston.
have gotten out. No, the real reason we're here today, Jim, is to talk a little bit about a public meeting that I want to invite the community out to, which is going to be next Monday, which is the 27th at 4:30, before the board meeting, and it's going to be the State of Retail in Tullahoma. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a group called Retail Strategies there, which is working with the city and trying to build the retail portfolio of Tullahoma back. And we've got two really passionate people, three passionate if you include the mayor, that are working really hard to get retail built back up in Tullahoma. We got the executive director of the Tullahoma Area Economic Development Council, also known as TAEDC, Tom Robinson. Mm-hmm. And Diane Bryan at the Chamber. And they're organizing this meeting, and Lacey Beasley is the Vice President of Business Development for Retail Strategies, and she's going to host the meeting. And we hope everyone will come out and take just a short hour before that meeting, come out and learn what's going on in Tullahoma. And there is a lot of exciting news to be announced on retail, which I can't announce here, but you just take a look around and you can see some new development. We've got the Joann's going on at the mall. There's going to be some other mall announcements in the near future. You've got the Chick-fil-A coming in last year. And What's interesting is I was just looking at a report that they're going to be discussing, and they call it a leakage report, but basically what it shows is it confirms that Tullahoma is a retail hub for this area. And the way that these reports track that is you take a good or a service, and they have a typical amount of what we should, to the dollars that should be spent on that particular good, and in Tullahoma, it's above and beyond what typically would be spent in a community this size. And so that's how retail businesses such as Chick-fil-A, for example, will make the decision to move into Tullahoma. And so again, that kind of stuff is going to be discussed. So come on out Monday night and join Lacey Beasley and Tom and Diane and the rest of the city board will be there before the meeting to talk about the state of retail in Tullahoma.
Is this company that Ms. Beasley works for, is that someone who is a contractor of the city, someone who's been hired by the city? Or
they have been hired by the city several years ago. The original name, though, was called the Shopping Center Group, and they've recently gone through some transformations and are now called Retail Strategies, and it's a group that focuses on municipalities. And Tullahoma is way out ahead of a lot of smaller towns our size in this kind of marketing, and they prepare a lot of data, and they're laying the groundwork so when a business wants to come to Tullahoma, that work is already taken care of for them. They've got the data to back up, a lot of their assumptions about this community.
I can imagine that's pretty important as well.
It's very important. And that's the other thing, too, they're going to talk about. People maybe don't realize how important retail is to Tullahoma. I think the number on a monthly basis, we drive about $600,000 a month in sales tax. And so it's critically important that that number continue to grow so our community can be strengthened and continue in the trend that we've been seeing over the last couple of years. Because, everybody went through kind of a hard time starting back in 2008, but things are beginning to thaw out. And so that retail tax is hugely important. And
of course it is, and we don't want to oversimplify this thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but folks, we've only got a couple of ways to finance this city. One of them would be, of course, sales tax. The other one might be property taxes.
That's right.
Those are probably the two main ones. So the more retail we've got, that's why people preach shop Tullahoma.
Yeah, shop local. I like to say buy local.
Right.
Buy your gas, buy your groceries. Sometimes you do have to go somewhere else, but you can buy your basics here, and that goes a long ways to funding all the services that the city provides, and the great schools we've got. Pools we want to build and have that quality of life and keep that quality of life that we've come to be known for.
Yeah, and of course, I know you're seeing this in a lot of other towns other than Tullahoma, but for you residents that live in Tullahoma, you're pretty fortunate, really, to have the services that you have, because I think we've got one town in our viewing area that doesn't provide for a garbage pickup anymore.
That's right.
So I don't think they provide it at all. You're kind of on your own to hire a contractor to do that. So that's
those things like that are really important. People don't think about.
Yeah, exactly.
And the recycling is important, and the fire and the police, all that kind of stuff. It has what has brought Tullahoma to have the reputation it has for the quality of life that it's got here.
Right.
And the other thing too, you're talking about property tax. Another little area of good news is home starts in Tullahoma are up, and so that's great. It's not where it was a couple of years ago, but it's headed in that direction. So that's really the only way you can kind of expand that property tax, which goes back to why the sales tax is such an important way of funding the city. But Jim, that's going to be Monday night, January 27th, start at 4:30 at City Hall, and I want to just change the subject on you real quick and talk about another.
Before you leave this subject, though, I do think it's important that people pay attention to this, because the mayor assured me in an interview about a month ago that the mall would be full before the end of 2014. So perhaps this has something to do with it. I don't know.
Well, the mayor would be correct.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. So I'll leave it at that. And come learn a little bit more. There are a lot of exciting things going on. Exactly. And the state of retail will help you understand not only what's coming down the pike, but also how the city works and how it's financed. But another initiative that the mayor has introduced was the Get Fit Tullahoma.
Right.
And we've got several great classes. I've been talking about them on your show. You are so gracious to let me come down and take people's time up. We've got one that's the diabetes class, which is filled up right now, but we will offer that one again. There's another one that's coming up, though, and it's called Arm in Arm Health, and it's going to be taught by a gentleman named Devin Armin. Mm-hmm. He's new to the Tullahoma area over at Family Chiropractic, and he's got a 6-week class. It's going to be free. It's going to start February 8th. It's going to be at D.W. Wilson, and it's going to be on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. And what it's going to focus on is the he calls it the circle of health, and there's 4 components to it. There's food for fuel, there's movement, there's emotional management, and preventative health. And so those are going to be the 4
I'm pretty impressed
topics.
you got that right. Go ahead.
Hey, when you live it, you can talk.
Okay.
So he's a very smart health type conscious person, and I think if you come, you're going to really enjoy this class. It's like it's just 6 weeks. It's going to be free down at D.W. Wilson on Saturday morning, starting at 10 o'clock on February 8th. And Devin Norman's going to be leading that, and I'm going to bring him down here next week.
Okay.
Let y'all introduce him.
Okay.
He's a real spark plug.
Okay. All right. You know, in chiropractic, chiropractors have really become a big part of our health care in this country now, and so.
That's right. That's right. And he takes a holistic approach. And I'm not a chiropractor. I just pretend to be one on TV. But the spine.
It's his job. That's what he does for the city.
It really is amazing. I mean, a lot of people haven't ever used those services. I have, and it really makes a difference. And my grandmother lived to be 95 years old, and she never told my dad. She was going to a chiropractor for 20 years, and she, like I said, she was healthy till the day she passed away.
Right.
And she swore by that. And so there's just a lot to learn.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's always lots of important things happening in the city of Tullahoma, and now that Winston has added the title Public Information Officer, he knows about this thing. Actually, he always knew about those kinds of things, and I'm impressed. And he's kind of taken over for Chief Chastain. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Outstanding.
Only on the meteorology part.
Oh, okay. Only on the meteorology part. I'm going to have to study up on my meteorology because he got the last question and asked him right, and I didn't think he would. So anyway.
Well, in all seriousness, protect your pipes. Take care. Take actions to protect yourself in this cold weather coming.
We're not kidding about that either.
That's right.
Because Thursday night, I think it's going to be like the low is 8 or something like that.
And I know we need to go, but it was the first part of January that cold weather came in.
Yeah.
And there were fires and broken pipes. It was a mess.
Sure.
So.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Folks, stay with us. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Since 1931, Merle Norman Cosmetics have been researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves.
Hi there, I'm Christy Almacher, owner of Merle Norman. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Merle Norman products. We have a large line of skincare and cosmetics for all skin types. Merle Norman's motto is try before you buy, so we'd love for you to come in, talk to us about your concerns, try the products, and we want you to feel good when you leave here, so we hope to see you soon.
Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman in Northgate Mall, Tullahoma.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, fall promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls, starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
All right, folks, this past week we had the celebration of the 2013 football season by the Tullahoma High School Quarterback Club, and I was there and got a little video and want to bring some of the awards to you to where you can hear some of the speeches and talks about the great young men that participate in Tullahoma High School athletics. And some of the volunteers and the folks throughout the years who have helped, and we've lost some of those people this past year, and John Olive had some kind words to say there as well. So let's go to that video.
Aaron Gray made All-District as a linebacker. Cole Potter made All-District as a multi-position player. And Tim Lemon made All-District this year as an offensive tackle. So I congratulate all three of those guys. Those are the most meaningful awards given out when your peers are the ones who elect you. Voted on by the players. Best special team player, soccer guru, Joy Ortiz. There's been some area coaches that we have talked to that would like this young man maybe to walk on to their program. The next young man that I'd like to recognize tonight is voted on by his teammates as our best defensive skill player, our junior linebacker, Aaron Gray.
The best offensive lineman award goes to Tim Lemon.
And Tim, don't go far because your players also elected you best defensive lineman. Congratulations, sir.
Best offensive skill player, Cole Potter.
Lions Club Most Versatile Athlete Award.
Most versatile player, Mr. Cole Potter.
Therese will present the Frank Mullins Award. It's an award for that person that stayed on the field, very seldom came off the field in any situation.
All right, so the Frank Mullins Award goes to Tim Lemon again.
Next award is the Jason Pugh Award. And most of the time, this award goes to a senior. But this year, a junior received the award, Riley Darden. This person right here not only played offense, defense, part-time coach on the field, but he's a great asset to the special team. Just ask our punter and kicker, Cody Michael, coaching award.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back to Living. You're going to be so glad you hung around. I have with me on the set today people that are involved in Barefoot in the Park. Good morning, Charlie Winton.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Who are you? Peggy Hayden. David Jernigan. I know who you are. Just kidding. These guys are all involved in Barefoot in the Park. It's coming off the 7th of February, opening night, Friday night, running 2 weekends at South Jackson Civic Center.
That's correct.
How come you wanted to pick out this play? Did you read it first?
Oh, yes. Yes. I've been in it before. It's by Neil Simon. Neil Simon
always does a great job.
It's really good. It's a standard, kind of a classic. It's been around for a long time, and I don't think it's ever been performed in Tullahoma. That I know of.
And it's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a comedy.
Huge comedy.
Definitely.
I know. I see you laughing when you think about some of the lines because that's what happens. I remember seeing it, but I'm excited to see it again because it'll all be new to me. When you're my age, you forget everything. So, anyway, David, what sort of part are you playing in the play?
I play
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, in the play.
Okay, in the play.
Yeah.
Okay. In the play, I play Paul Bratter. He's a young rising attorney and a newlywed to his wife Corey, and they are getting their new flat in New York, and they're moving in, and
so
they're starting their life. It's a romantic comedy, and it's the
and you did
it's about
this
their
play once before.
I did it once before in Manchester. They did it. It was the first play that Manchester had ever did at their theater.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
William Repertory Theater. So I don't really remember much about it. So when I decided to do this again, Charlie had told me that, oh, you've done this before. It'll be easy. So I don't remember anything about it. But.
That's true because the next play is the one you're in. That's the one that matters. Peggy, you haven't done this play before,
I
have you?
not done this play before, no.
And we know that you're a world-class actress, and I'm excited to see you back on the stage. I know you've done a lot of directing.
Yes.
And what is your part?
My part is Corey's mom, Mrs. Banks from New Jersey. So
New Jersey?
New Jersey, yeah. And she's sort of a staid, but I would say overbearing mother who is... she looks very normal, but eventually she makes a transition in the show. So it's really fun. Actually, the entire show is about transitions. You see, in relationships.
It's a relationship.
Are any of your lines "Forget about it"? I've got a friend that's from New Jersey. It's always saying that.
Forget about it.
Yeah, right. Anyway, it sounds like a fun part.
It is. It's a great
just up
part.
your alley, right?
It's really a fun part, actually.
And we have two other actors that, well, actually three other actors that can be here with us. Lori Berger, who's going to be playing Corey Bratter.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She is
cute girl.
She is awesome. She's hilarious. She's perfect for this part.
She is.
And I really have had one of the best times just working with her.
Fantastic.
She's great.
Yeah.
It's good when the whole group clicks.
And we have Mike Yanofsky, who's playing the telephone repairman, and he is from Brooklyn, so he has a wonderful accent. And Rex Brown is also playing
And who are you?
I'm Victor Velasco.
Of course.
The crazy upstairs neighbor.
Right. I know. Listen, if you don't get tickets for this play, you're going to miss something. It's a lot of fun. Play opens on the 7th of February. That's Friday night. I think showtime 7:30.
7:30.
And it's Friday, Saturday. A Sunday matinee. Is that 2 or 2:30?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock matinee both weekends. So it's 6 productions. Great Valentine's gift.
Absolutely.
And you can get tickets by going online, and I think it's
www.communityplayhouse.org.
Communityplayhouse.org. Pick your seat.
Yes.
We have
There's a
gotten
seating
so
chart.
uptown at
Seating
Community
chart. You
Playhouse.
can pull right up, pick your seat, print your tickets.
And you're ready to go. You don't have to stand in line. You can walk right into the theater and have a great time.
Exactly.
The play was first presented on Broadway, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was in the 60s.
I'm trying to remember
early
when,
60s.
in the early 60s, but I know Neil Simon's done a lot of things that people love.
And they did a revival.
They did a movie. They did a movie on it with Robert Redford and Jane Fonda in the 60s, and they also did it recently on Broadway with Amanda Peet and the lead actor. I don't remember what his name is.
Richard Thomas.
Richard Thomas.
Richard Thomas.
Did it recently on Broadway, and it was very, very, very successful. No.
From the Waltons.
This was recent, more recent. This was early as last year.
So
they did it.
It's out there.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's out there,
again.
and if you miss it, you're going to be so sorry.
Yeah, you will be sorry. It's a very funny.
So you're still practicing going on stage tonight.
Yes.
First time.
That's right.
So you got to spread out.
Exactly. Instead of being in the little rehearsal hall.
Right. And I know you have not, for people that don't know theater, it's not just about 4 or 5 people going on stage and putting on a show.
No, it's not.
Well, you want to give credit to some of your helpers?
Well, Belinda Bricken is our producer. And
Belinda, she's
the person who's been gathering all the other support people there. And we have like Noel Clements is helping us with the set, and Suzanne Oliver is helping us with set design and painting and stuff. And there's just, I'm afraid I'll leave somebody out. But
well, and I'd like to give credit to just the fact that we have community theater here in Tullahoma, Manchester, other places all around the area. And any time that you're interested in getting involved, we are always looking for volunteers, people that are willing to do some work, costumes, set. You know, Peggy, there's 1,000 things that we
sewing,
need help with.
we need people to help with building. We need people who know about electricity. So
people to answer the phone,
lights.
455-0620, in case you want to call for reservations.
Right.
I can't believe I remembered that.
Way to go.
931 if you happen to be out of town. But anyway, it's a great production, and I don't think you should miss this opportunity. What's been your favorite part of being back on stage, Peggy?
Oh, I would say for me, just being part of this cast, because I think to me that is the joy of being in community theater, is you are working together as a group, and this is just a fantastic cast. It's just fun.
And once the connection is there, you can almost make up lines.
Oh yeah.
Well, to me, one of the things that's really special about it is that sometimes you have really good shows.
Yeah.
And maybe not as good a cast. Sometimes you have a really good cast and not so good a show. But when you have a good cast and a good show, then that's...
You've got it. All right, we got like 30 seconds here, so we want to reiterate that it starts on February 7th, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday matinee at 2 o'clock, and the following weekend, which is 14, 15, and 16. And for ticket prices, go online.
Right.
Don't ask me. But I guarantee you the ticket prices are fair.
They are definitely
very
fair.
Community Playhouse gives lots of discounts for different things. In fact, if you go online, I think, we got to go. I love it that you came.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks,
Barefoot
Peggy.
in the Park.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget, we'll be back with some nonsense.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it's always a pleasure for me to have my dear friend, Miss Kitty Shukla, on the show, and because that means it's time for the diamond-studded evening to come along.
That sure is right.
And that is the annual fundraiser for Trinity Care.
Actually, it is, and only main fundraiser.
Right, right.
The only one.
And you do that once a year, and it's always a great fun evening because everybody that comes gets a little bag.
They sure do.
And in that there's a little velvet bag that you get. There's a gemstone in there.
Well, yes. Let me tell you the history about it.
Okay,
John.
well, tell me about that.
Yeah, for first few years, we had started having cubic zirconium and diamonds.
Right.
So that every guest who came and attended the gala got one of those in a bag.
Right.
And then eventually they found out whether they had a diamond or not.
Right.
Then to change up things, few years we did gemstones and a diamond, and now we are going back and doing CZs and diamonds again. And this year we are going to have 3 diamonds, so 3 people will get a diamond.
Right.
But they would need Dale and Beverly Pavette from Diamonds for You in Deckard. They are participating with the Care Center to do this year.
Right.
And so they have invited people to go visit them and find out if it's a diamond or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we are doing.
So you really night you really won't know?
No, you won't.
So you will go visit them at their location to find out whether you have a diamond.
That's what we did for quite a few years earlier also.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But then when we put the gemstone, then the diamond was quite evident, you know, so you didn't really, you could tell right away that it was a diamond and not a gemstone.
Right, right.
So we are trying to bring different twist to it, some anticipation, some suspense.
Sure, sure. But it's all for a very good cause.
Oh, thank you. I believe so too, and I'm glad you do.
It's all for a very good cause, and that's what Trinity Care has done for years in Tullahoma. Is care, respite care for the caregiver, to be able to bring the person that they are caring for and have them spend a little time away from home, give the caregiver a little free time to go look for a gemstone of their own.
That's true, and also to meet their needs, their medical needs, physical needs, because if the caregiver does not take care of themselves, they cannot take care of the loved one for too long.
That's right.
And
You're exactly correct.
We have a tendency, we are trying to take care of someone. Caregiver always put themselves on the back burner.
Right.
And then they end up with some medical issues, some other things. They burn out. So
right.
Its main purpose is to provide respite to that family caregiver.
Right.
And also, a lot of times, family caregivers are working away from home. So when they cannot leave their loved one at home by themselves, then what do I do?
Right.
So this is an option for them so that they can continue with their work while caring for the loved one and themselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And now, one of the things that we do at this event is for the past several years, I've been the master of ceremonies, and so
this will be your 7th year, John.
7th year, and so
thank you very much for doing that. You bring a totally different thing to it.
The nonsense.
Everybody enjoys it. It's wonderful.
But we're going to guarantee you're going to have fun. One of the things that happens normally is there are some silent auction items.
There are.
So some great gifts that are given by local merchants and businesses that you can have an opportunity to bid on, and then there's usually a live auction as well.
Also.
And that includes everything from pieces of artwork to framed poetry to trips.
And there's always a load of gravel. And that does very well. And
the load of gravel is probably the most sought after thing. Would you believe it?
I know. And that's why I want to thank Rogers Group for doing that all these years. They have always, and that's wonderful.
But there's maybe a weekend in a condo or a week here, something there, tickets to do this, and meals and things that people donate.
Package, Lowe's Vanderbilt Plaza Hotel from Nashville, they've always donated a night or two.
I know one of the things that we won, well, you say win. You don't win, you buy. But if you end up being the one who gets to participate, is we had a meal at KC Reddy's house.
Oh, okay.
One year that they donated a meal for, I think it was 6 people went to KC's and they prepared food of their culture.
Right.
And it was an absolutely wonderful event, wonderful thing to do. So you never know what's going to be there for you to bid on.
But it will be wonderful things, I can assure you that.
It will be good stuff.
Yes,
it will be good
stuff. And
there's, is Kat going to be there? Murray?
Actually, this year we are, there is Mr. John Hershey. And he's the one who is going to provide music this year.
Okay, good.
And so we are trying to do different things and see what works. And you know, unless you try, you would never know. So this is going to be an interesting evening. And
well, but one thing you can depend on
is
always, it's done with class.
Thank you.
It's a very, very nice evening. The food is also always very good, and you get to see Alan Craig.
Yes.
In his spats and his tux.
Yeah.
Because he always dresses to the nines for this event.
He has the tail tuxedo.
Yes, yes, sir.
But so, John, I would like to say that we cannot do this kind of event unless we had the corporate sponsors.
That's right.
So I would like to recognize our corporate sponsors.
Recognize your corporate
first,
sponsors.
And then I'll give some information about the evening. We have 4 levels of corporate sponsors. Diamond level is at $1,000, and this year we have Coca-Cola, Mary Warner Beard, and Dr. and Mrs. Sandeep Shukla as diamond level sponsor. Sapphire is $750. Yet we do not have anybody at the sapphire level, so we are looking for sponsors,
some
sapphire level sponsors. Actually, any level sponsors.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Don't have to be just particular level.
Right.
Then Ruby is at $500, and then we have adult and pediatric dermatology, SN Federal Credit Union, Citizens Tri-County Bank, and Southern Community Bank at $500. Then we have Emerald level, which is $300, and that is Emeritus right across the street. Heart and Regional Medical Center, Traders National Bank, Marvel Clinic, Stan McNabb dealerships, and Tullahoma Vision Associates. So it's still early, and we are still looking for more sponsors. So if you have been a sponsor previous years, please make your commitment, and we would really appreciate that.
Okay, now the event is going to be when?
February 1st.
February 1st.
Saturday at Lakewood Country Club.
Lakewood Country Club.
The reservations, is $65 per person, and it is they can call 455-0755 to make reservations. The more the merrier.
There you go.
Come one, come all. In the guests and also as sponsors, we really appreciate all the support we have received in the community.
Miss Kitty, thank you, dear, for all you do, and Sandy as well, and your support of this wonderful, wonderful community outreach.
And thank you for having me.
Okay,
and
dear.
Thank you for all your help, John.
Appreciate it. All right, folks, we'll be right back after these messages. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them, and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street, and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paint Works today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paint Works. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
This past weekend, Andrew interviewed Kai Brazelton, and the interview is all about how important it is to support local independent musicians.
So folks, I'm here tonight at Daddy Billy's in Tullahoma, and I'm speaking with Kai Brazelton, who is with Slim. Kai, thanks for talking to me, man. If you would tell our viewers about what is Slim, and why are we here on a Tuesday night at Daddy Billy's?
Tuesday night, tonight, we've got a featured artist named Julie Gribble. She's got a great resume. Slim is support local independent music, and what we do is we try to reach out to all the musicians in the area, and you know, it gives the musicians a chance to be heard. We're working with the local radio station. The show airs on Wednesday nights on WCDT 1340 AM, 106.9 FM, and also we advertise for TuneIn Radio. That way you can't make either one, or it's out of the area, you can stream it on the internet.
Very cool. And I think it's a great thing for Tullahoma to have, to know that you can come to a live show that's, you know, broadcast out on the radio. You know, that's a great thing. It's something to do here in Tullahoma. And I know it's not only Tuesday nights, you guys are doing a singer-songwriter thing on
We're going to
Thursday?
start the singer-songwriters night this Thursday, and I don't know what that date is, but it's this Thursday. And anyway, all musicians welcome, poets, spoken word, all that good stuff. Any kind of musician just more welcome to go out and step on stage with us.
Excellent. And like you said, it's a great way to let people know that you've got some great talent in this area who are either from here or coming through here that are wanting to put on great shows. And again, you know, what more fun than to be at a live show, a radio show that's going to be out on the air. And like I said, you got a great artist tonight too.
We do. And you know, we've been doing this since July of last year, and some of the artists out there, we would put them up against any of the big names for sure, and we've been blessed to have them all come in and work with us, and of course really appreciate them coming out. And the writers' nights, you know, they come out of the crevices. I mean, they're great musicians, and I really enjoy getting to watch them. And we've got a great team with Slim. And, you know, we just work really hard on trying to find these artists to put out there, and the local artists, of course. And, you know, we'll branch out every now and then. And like we got Miss Julie Gribble tonight, and she's got, like I said, a great resume. And that's pretty much what we do. We've got festivals lined up. We're going to be working with the Franklin County Fair, working on their music. We're working with a couple other venues coming up. The Music Tree Festival in Manchester, we're going to be trying to help out with that. And, you know, just big things for the year. Of course, we're young, so we're going to keep trying and doing our thing, trying to help out.
That's great. And if people would like more information on Slim, do you have any website or anything you want to plug?
We could, let's see, the facebook.com/support local independent music.
Great, awesome. Well, it's a wonderful thing you guys are doing. It's going to be a great show tonight, and it's going to be a great show every Tuesday night. And encourage folks, come on down to Daddy Billy's. That's every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, right?
That's it.
And of course, if you can't make it, it will be on the air the next night.
Wednesday night, 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, Kai, best of luck to you, man. And
thanks, sir.
Appreciate what you're doing here, and appreciate Daddy Billy's for hosting this, too.
Thank you, Daddy Billy's.
I want to thank Nick Smith and everything for hosting this and all, too. So,
thank you to all the other venues that we've been at as well.
Absolutely, that's right. And again, check out Slim online. Support local independent music. That's right. Kai, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Rock
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
All right, welcome back, and we've had a pretty good show today.
We've had a great show,
and
I didn't even know about the independent music thing. That's kind of interesting.
It is, and Andrew brought us that story.
It's great to support independent musicians.
It's nice to see somebody out there who's actually, that's promoting that.
Exactly.
So, that was a super thing, and we've got some more super things coming up here. We were talking about Rooster and the Red Maiden and Locally Grown early in the segment today.
A cute show Sunday afternoon.
And you were there, I think.
Of course I was there. I'm the one that pinpointed them as having talent to pull that off.
Right.
That's one thing I can do. I have an eye for talent.
You do that, Peggy.
I do. I have an eye for talent. I think I do. And, you know, it's easy when you're working with people you love and you see what they can put together.
Exactly.
And so we don't have John Gray with us, do we?
We lost somewhere during the last segment and now, which is the closing segment, we lost
and
John.
I will remind people that Barefoot in the Park's coming up in 7th of February.
Right.
And it goes for 2 weekends, so that's going to be a great event. And for what it's worth, South Jackson Street Band will be at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall on February 15th for a big Valentine's hoo-ha.
Okay. And you,
so grab your
for
woman
what
or
it's
grab
worth,
your
that's
man,
that's
grab
worth
a table and come on out.
Absolutely. Lots of fun going
Lots
on
of fun. Hey, John.
in our
grab
area.
your woman and grab your man.
Get out and have a good time.
Sounds like fun
and
to me.
don't forget the diamond party.
Diamond studded evening.
That's always fun.
Oh, it's always a big time. We have a lot of fun doing that.
And I think we're
great cause.
Are we closing? I think we're closing with Locally Grown, right?
Oh, good.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
One of the numbers from the Locally Grown show with Rooster and the Red Maiden, and that's what we're going to close the show out with today.
I love the way they wove their story together.
Their story together.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, one of the funnier pieces.
You know how much you mean to me, don't you? Remind me. You're my little choochie face, my choochie little choochie face. Every time I look at you, I sigh. And you're my little teddy bear, my lovey, little teddy bear. You're the Apfelstrudel of my eye. Your choochie-woochie nose, your choochie-woochie eyes, they make my heart a-flutter. Your oochie-coochie ways, your oochie-coochie gaze, wilt me down like melting butter. But you're my little choochie face, and you're my teddy bear. Together we're a choochie-woochie, oochie-coochie pair. I'm trying. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. You know I love you. I don't. Whatever you may ask becomes my happy task. I only live to serve you. I never will divine what magic made you mine. I only know I don't deserve you. You're my little choochie face, and you're my teddy bear. Together we're a choochie-woochie, oochie-coochie, choochie, woochie, oochie, coochie, choochie, woochie, oochie, coochie, hey. Are you falling in love? Are you falling in love? I keep falling in love with Lost, get away in the day. It's the same as the one before this. And I wish I could say that it's all black and white, but it's gray. It's the same, it's the same. But I'm so tired of you. Oh, what I'm coming home to. Oh, I'm thinking about letting my love take it easy. I got you in my heart, taking a break from crazy. I say, hey, you say, baby, how's your day? I say, crazy. It's all gonna be alright. It's my smile, it's my first and my wine. You know it all. It's all gonna be alright. Loving you tonight, oh, yeah. Loving you tonight, oh, yeah. You are there in my heart at the start of my every morning, and I can deny by the end of the day that I'm running on you, but you make me fool, take my time, you're so unpredictable. That's what I'm coming home to. Oh, I'm too loud, and so empty with you. I got you in my arms, I don't care what you do. I say, hey, you say, baby, how's your day? I say, crazy. It's all gonna be alright. It's my smile, but it's closer than the water that you know it. It's all gonna be alright, loving you tonight. But every day is just in between. I was separated you from me. You know I'll be waiting. You know I'll be waiting. I'll say, hey, you say, baby, how's your day? I'll say, crazy. It's all gonna be alright. It's my smile, it's closer than the water, you know it. It's all gonna be